It's another day of tracking storms across central and eastern Kentucky, and a few of those have been severe. We'll fire up live First Alert Defender in just a moment.
Strong storms leave a trail of damage around parts of the area. We'll show you the mess.
The Casey County clerk that's refused to issue any marriage licenses meets with the governor in Frankfort.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5.
Good afternoon to you. We have seen some strong storms move through this afternoon. Damage reports are coming in from several different counties.
Now, we just received this picture out of Magoffin County where it appears a large roof from a barn has landed right on that home. We still have a couple of storm warnings out. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey's been here all afternoon tracking it all for us. Chris?
Yeah, busy day starting as soon as I walked in the door this afternoon with that complex of thunderstorms from Campbellsville that rolled its way eastward and now into parts of West Virginia. I mean, it has been producing damaging winds along the entire path, and you can see where it started, basically right on top of Interstate 65 through Campbellsville, through Rockcastle County, Madison County, through the Licking River Valley, Big Sandy Valley, now wind damage into West Virginia from the same complex of thunderstorms. Here's what Defender's looking like now. There's another round of some strong and severe thunderstorms here now ramping up just to the north of Lake Cumberland. No reports of severe weather with this as of yet. But boy, oh boy, it is loaded with a ton of rain and a ton of lightning, and I have to imagine, just looking at the radar picture, we're going to get some high wind reports coming out of the northern parts of Russell County especially. The overall path on that storm is going to take it toward the east. So you folks into Pulaski County, Somerset, it's a good idea to batten down the hatches within a half hour to an hour. That is right on top of Somerset and parts of Pulaski County. So here we go, up close and personal. First thing catches your eye, the tremendous amount of lightning. You're talking about hundreds of strikes just over the past 15 minutes in a very localized area here. That is a prolific, how about that, lightning and rain producer. Here's Russell Springs. Here's 127. We know up into areas of 127 north of here we had some wind damage from earlier thunderstorms. That thunderstorm complex is now into West Virginia. That's their problem now. We've had it all day long. Into parts of central Kentucky, scattered showers are going up. Nothing severe with this, just some localized gusty winds and some heavier rains. Put everything into motion here in just a second. We'll show you how it's moving. But the cells are kind of splitting downtown Lexington, one to the north and one on the south side of town. Now we put everything into motion to show you how quickly things are zipping along across southern Kentucky. Guys, this is where the best instability has been all day. It's where the best instability is as of now. So London, Corbin, Somerset will keep an eye on the severe weather threat over the next couple of hours.
Chris, thank you. And as we've shown you, this afternoon storms came with damaging winds. They knocked down trees in several communities, including Lincoln County.
WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell is live in Waynesburg for us with a look at the damage there. Jim?
And you can see one of the trees right here, guys. It is huge. It was knocked down just behind a rest home here, and you can see that it is absolutely huge, knocked down by the wind. Same trajectory on another storm or in another set of trees just down the road here. We had several all along this road being uprooted due to the fact that the ground's very saturated, and it's just easy to flip these trees up and over. It happens all the time when you get those strong winds. We had 60, 70 mile per hour winds bust through here a little bit earlier. Scared one of the women that we talked to, scared her maybe out of her chair.
I'd walked into the kitchen, sit down and eat me a bite of chips, and the wind was blowing real hard and it started raining. Next thing I knowed, I was sitting on the chair in the kitchen, and the next thing I knowed, I was in the floor and I felt the house shake. And I heard something go boom.
What was the boom? Do you think it was this tree over here?
I don't know where it was this tree or where it was them trees over yonder.
Yeah, now she was terribly shaken up due to the fact that the storm just came right by her house. She had trees all around her, but nothing on top of her home, so that was some very welcome news for her. But we have seen scattered reports all through this area. In Lincoln County, I'm WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Jim, thank you. There's also damage reports in Casey County. Part of the roof of a mobile home was ripped off by strong winds there. The home is on US 127 just north of Liberty. Several trees are down in that area. The home's chimney was also knocked over and its front porch was destroyed. The homeowner estimates the damage to be several $1,000s. You're going to hear from him coming up on WKYT News at 5:30. And viewers have been helping us cover this storm. Someone tweeted this picture to Chris Bailey on Twitter of a tree down in Waynesburg. We also received this picture of a tree on a building and power lines in Broadhead. Remember, share your pictures and video with us. Just email them to eyewitness@WKYT.com or use the hashtag KYWeather. A woman ends up the victim of a carjacking while leaving work this morning.
Police say that Harvey Reeves kidnapped the woman outside St. Joseph Hospital East. She managed to get away a few blocks later. WKYT's Hillary Thornton shows us how police caught Reeves a short time later.
Lexington police spent the morning fingerprinting and documenting a vehicle on Lindenhurst Drive. It is a vehicle they say belongs to an employee at St. Joseph East Hospital, where the carjacking happened, making that employee a hostage in her own car.
She told us that she'd just gotten off work there and an individual had forced his way into her car, threatened her with, we believe, with a knife.
From the hospital, the victim told police the man drove her here to Lindenhurst Drive, where he then pulled over along this curb.
At some point, a struggle ensued inside the vehicle, and she jumped out of the vehicle and fled on foot toward an apartment complex.
Investigators say they are not sure why the man, now identified as Harvey Reeves Jr., wanted to drive to this location.
We don't know if he has contacts here, if he has a residence here or knows someone here, but it's a pretty low lit area and, you know, lots of places to take off, so we're guessing it was just a safe place for him to pull over and get out of the vehicle.
However, they say Reeves stayed in the Palumbo Drive area, and shortly after receiving the victim's call for help, they received another call from just down the road near Ashland Oil.
He was seen around some cars, numerous cars, maybe trying to get into vehicles or looking into vehicles and that kind of thing. So that tipped off the security guard at Ashland Oil. Harvey
Reeves Jr. was then arrested and is facing several charges, including kidnapping and robbery. In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Now, Reeves is also charged with criminal trespassing and third-degree sexual abuse.
Issue marriage licenses or resign. That is what one county clerk says the governor told him during a meeting this afternoon. Casey County Clerk Casey Davis is one of several clerks who have stopped issuing marriage licenses because of their opposition to same-sex marriage. As WKYT's Sam Smith shows us, Davis hoped to convince the governor to change the way marriage licenses are issued.
Ever since the ruling came down on same-sex marriage, Casey County Clerk Casey Davis has taken a stance, refusing to issue any marriage licenses. He showed up this morning for a scheduled meeting with the governor with friends, family, and about 6 other county clerks. The meeting lasted an hour. He hoped the governor would call for a special session to take the process of issuing marriage licenses out of their hands, making it available online. The governor says he respects Davis's beliefs, but the governor reminded Davis that issuing licenses is part of the job. Davis says the governor told him
to issue marriage license or resign.
The governor will not call a special session, saying it would cost taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Nature's law will supersede any law that man puts on a piece of paper. That's why I've taken the stand that I've taken. I don't believe that this lifestyle agrees with nature's law.
The governor says any proposal about the process of issuing marriage licenses that meets the standards of the Supreme Court ruling should be carefully thought out and could be considered in the regular session in 2016. In Frankfort, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Davis tells us that his meeting with the governor was very cordial.
An animal shelter is putting out the call for help after receiving extra dogs this week. The Clark County Animal Shelter says it needs people to come adopt some of the dogs. As Rebecca Smith shows us, it could save a life.
Workers here at the Clark County Animal Shelter are really torn up emotionally because they know if they don't get some of these dogs adopted out, they'll have to euthanize them.
People keep asking us what kind of time we have, and unfortunately I don't really have an answer for that. It just depends on how many more come through the door. So time is definitely not on our side at this point.
Close to 20 dogs were brought into the shelter just on Tuesday. 4th of July typically results in dogs who've either escaped their owners or have been surrendered by them.
That's why we put their pictures out there and say, hey, we're in this situation and we need help. It's not because we want to have to euthanize, it's because we don't.
Bigger adult dogs are the ones who are usually harder to place.
I want something that is calm and get along with my other little one, and because I'm gone a lot.
They have smaller dogs here too. Some have been rescued from puppy mills.
So far, we haven't had any luck with placing anybody.
The Clark County Animal Shelter is located at the fairgrounds off Ironworks Road. They are open from 10 to 4 Tuesday through Saturday. Now, if for some reason you can't adopt a dog or a cat, the shelter is always in need of food as well as monetary donations. For more information, you can also check out our website, WKYT.com. Just click on the link to this story. Reporting in Clark County, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
Shelter officials tell us they have not asked for help from other animal welfare groups because they say most are at full capacity.
We are tracking a developing story this afternoon. The Obama administration says hackers stole Social Security numbers from more than 21 million people. The numbers were stolen when government computer systems were compromised. More than 19 million of the victims applied for background investigations. The rest were their spouses or family members.
2 people plead guilty to stealing copper from lights along Kentucky interstates. Find out how long they'll spend in prison.
Tests reveal some toys contain a dangerous substance, what one group found in Better Living.
A Kentucky couple at the center of a video that's gone viral. They talked to us about their attempt to get a marriage license in Rowan County on WKYT News at 5:30.